Hi, it's me again, Deborah Colleen Rose, and we're starting our series of the laws of the universe out of this book, The Fundamental Laws of the Universe, by Sharon Cody, Michael Smith, and myself. And you can actually get this book on Amazon if you'd like to. And today we're doing chapter 1, The Law of Divine Oneness. And a good way to use a metaphor for what we're talking about is to think back when you were learning in science about atoms and neutrons and protons and electrons. They're a part of the atom. They're very small, but each one has its own characteristic, which helps the atom to have its different characteristics. And atoms are part of molecules, and molecules make up everything we know. So by themselves are one thing, put them together, they're a molecule, and together with a bunch of molecules, you can have a chair, a tree, a flower, a person. Everything in our physical world is reliant on how those little particles make up atoms and then make up molecules. So when you're talking about divine oneness, keep that metaphor in mind. Simply by virtue of being, we are part of a whole. Some call this Gestalt God, some call it Source, some just recognize it as the whole or all that is. Whatever name we call this, it is entirely of existence. Whatever we, as soul, as energy, are living in a physical body or are discarnate, we exist and are connected to a collective consciousness in the same way atomic particles are connected to each other in the form of the entire atom. So one of my comments at this point is I'm looking at Michael as I look at you, and then I look at me. And it's hard to believe that we're both made of the same stuff. And we both cracked up. And he goes, yeah, that's hard for me to believe that too. We always like to pick at each other. So the metaphysical understanding of oneness is split between a definition that includes all consciousness, all other souls, humanity, and an understanding that includes everything, all energies without physical or energetic limitations. My understanding is that humanity is a subset of all. This is Sharon speaking. Therefore, she defines divine oneness from both perspectives. And Michael goes, which are? Explain that. And she says, from the perspective of being a part of humanity and from the perspective of being part of the entire world, including plants, animals, and minerals. And this would help explain why so many people find comfort in hugging trees. They enjoy the energies of different rocks. And so Michael goes, oh, sentient and non-sentient. And I said, oh, is that from Star Trek? And he goes, absolutely. So as part of the oneness, we are universal energy. When we live in harmony with and are connected consciously to the other parts or souls of the oneness, we raise the energetic vibration of each part and of the whole. Think about our metaphor. When atomic particles move toward another particle, energy shifts and takes place in accordance with the unique characteristics of the type of particles involved. The movement toward increases the vibrations, the energy, and these are all predictable in the ways that they will move. So everything we do, every action we take, every thought we think, this all has effect on the whole. Yes, even our thoughts are energy put out into the universe, and they impact everything, the all, because we are human and have forgotten how closely all are connected. We may recognize the impact on those in closer proximity. So this would explain why if you're around people that are in a bad mood, maybe you don't feel so great. It is important to understand the chain reaction, again, the atomic metaphor. Many refer to this phenomenon as the ripple effect, the energy we generate reaching far beyond ourselves. This impacts others, and energy is being released through them far beyond themselves. And Michael, at this point, he says, well, I thought it impacted all. And I said, no, I disagree. And Sharon, she goes, it does impact all, but it may not be measurable. And in the physical world, its impact is limited by the dimension of time. So time does change some of the perspectives. So the effect of all this is that because we're connected, not only do we impact others and they us, we also have access. This is the key word here, access to the collective consciousness. By staying in a higher vibrational state, higher level of meditation, awareness, consciousness, whatever you want to use, We can directly receive or retrieve the thoughts, memories, projections, and actions of all others. All are parts of the collective consciousness. All are parts of the one. So by staying in that higher vibration, we raise the vibration of all humanity. Remember, our actions and thoughts are energy. So the higher vibration of the actions and thoughts, the higher the vibration with which we resonate. An example of this is love being of higher vibration than fear. Compassion vibrates at a higher energy level than apathy. Caring is a higher vibration than anger. Boy, we could really raise this vibration right now, couldn't we? This is something we all could focus on a daily basis. By staying in this higher vibration on the Gestalt level, we feel more compassion, we feel more love, we feel more caring, we're more benevolent to each other. By remembering ourselves as part of the one and then living in harmony, we belong in a way we cannot experience in any other way. And Michael asked Sharon, I thought was a very good question. How do we know this? How? And she says, I am basing this on the charts of emotional vibration. And she goes, this can be found on many websites. So we're not here to give you all the answers. You're going to do some of the work yourself. So here's an activity that we suggested in the book that you might try. List a minimum of 3 ways that you can raise your own awareness other than in sitting meditation. What do you do to stay present in this life? What do you do to stay aware of this moment? See you soon.